Well, what a winter carnival we've had up here in Brisbane, headlined by Giga Kick winning the Doomben 10,000, his first Group 1, and also Kovalika, who has stamped himself as a stayer of the future, winning the Queensland Derby. Think about it. Wasn't he an absolute revelation, winning 2 Group 1s, including the Stradbroke, and then without a fight, putting himself into Cups contention, winning the Q22 with Mark Zara on board today, though. It's all about the fillies and the mares, and the Tatt's Tiara, our final Group 1 of the season, and that filly, Opal Ridge, looking for her first. Today we're racing at Royal Randwick at Caulfield for the first time since November last year, touching on that renovation a little later on, but also Eagle Farm, and the track is looking in tip-top order. Good afternoon to everybody at home, but also to my co-host for the day in M. Bosson. We're in for a real treat today, Em.
We are. You've surmised that perfectly. We most definitely are. What an open Group 1 we've got for the final of the season. We were having a chat a little bit earlier on. There are so many contenders that could take home the prize, and that's what makes it such a good race. Outside of that, of course, the Tattersalls Cup, we've got the WJ Healy Stakes, and don't forget about the Civic Stakes at Randwick as well. That's shaping up to be a nice race too.
And the Battle of the Bush, looking forward to that at Eagle Farm too. Horses to watch for you, Em. Who have you got your eye on?
Well, I couldn't resist picking one in the Group 1, and of course went with Shalo, Tatt's Tiara contender, having her final run today, hoping to go out a winner. And we've got that rivalry with Deep Strike and Normandy Bridge. They meet again, 1-1 currently at the moment, and Cisco Bay, a 9-year-old with earnings over $1 million, who's looking to pick up that maiden stakes victory in the Civic Stakes later on today.
We were here bright and early this morning to walk the course proper, and the rail is out 6 metres today, but there was still a fair bit of wear and tear close to the rail. Of course, we have been racing here a lot lately.
Yeah, exactly. It's to be expected, isn't it, with the amount of racing that we've had here lately. The weather conditions have been really settled over the past week, which has made it a reasonably good surface for everybody.
To remember, Em, he currently sits on 149 career Group 1s, and today another opportunity to make it to that elusive 150.
He's a man who's achieved so much, it's probably something that could be overlooked, but it's still a massive milestone. And whilst his horses Kiku and Roots aren't necessarily the favourites in the market, we know what this man can do, and it'd be very fitting for him to take out the last Group 1 race of the season and make it a 150th.
Well, Caulfield's looking a little bit different since the last time we raced here on Zipping Classic Day last year. The Heath track and also the course proper have undergone a renovation. So we're racing here again today for the first time, but there's still a bit of work to do.
There is a little bit of work to do, and it's going to be really exciting when it all comes together, isn't it? Of course, the master plan features the new mounting yard, the new day stalls. Really looking forward to seeing all of that.
So there's some of the top hoops in Sydney. Tommy Sherry, Andrew Adkins walking Randwick before we get into the Stayers Cup, which is the third event on the program over the 2,600 metres. Also, trainer Brett Kavanagh there. Everyone looking forward to a great day's racing, including Jason Collett, who's got a terrific book of rides.
Seven's coverage of horse racing is brought to you by...
It's gotta be KFC, cause I like it like that. Today's KFC, I like it like that.
Up to that pair, Wider was half cabin, and the other centre by Wiona Smart Wider. He hasn't released the brain jet on. Giga Kick on the outside, over past him in front. Giga Kick's got to dig deep now. He's digging deep, and he's going to win the 10,000. Weller into the clear, and Kovalika pitching inside runs. Zaki is all out. He is all out, the favourite. He is gone. Numerian and Weller on the outside. Now pair off for the cup prize. On the outside, Weller going a little better than Numerian. Weller's cup. Weller won. Big Numerian. Kovalika immediately took control of the derby and shot away. Look at Kovalika go. Promises Kent comes out of the ruck. Running on fairly down the outside was Stroke of Luck. But look at Kovalika. He's a mile in front with 100 metres left to go. Fame has made up many lengths getting to second. Stroke of Luck third. But Kovalika, too good. The favourite wins the derby. Who's got a decent kick though. Rothfire the leader. Slowly but surely, Think About It gets on terms. Rothfire the inside. Think About It the outside. Think About It race to the lead. Flashing over on the inside, Converge. Think about it in front and one. Think about it from the Kingsford Smith. Rio in front. Amakura the danger. Up with Amakura. And Ollie went for home. Amakura shooting clear. Rio can do no more. But it's Amakura's Oaks. Won impressively. King Colorado all of a sudden pounces. Miracle of Love comes in the pair. Wide at 10 hours to miss Jolene. 100 left to run. And King Colorado shot to the lead for Myron Eustace and wins the Atkins. They're in the straight of the Stradbroke gentleman, Roy Rothfire. A Y50 posting between the pair. Chain of Lightning joining in. And here comes Think About It, descending down the centre of the track. Rothfire, the Queenslander, reach the lead. Think About It's got it. Is there anything coming from the back? Not at this stage. Think About It goes for home. Clifford riding high. You've got a boy. Think About It. The favourite run the Straddy.
It was a winter carnival to absolutely cherish, wasn't it, Em? What was your highlight?
I feel like I'm just stating the obvious, but think about it for me, just announcing himself as the up-and-coming star he was. Now he is the star based on what he's been able to do this carnival. But look at those names there. Giga Kick, even a horse like the 2-year-old King Colorado. What could he do in a 3-year-old season? There's so much to digest there, isn't there?
Clayton Douglas getting his first Group 1 with Giga Kick in the Doomben 10,000. And in the final Group 1 of the season today, the Tatt's Tiara, well, the battle for the Group 1 trainer overall across the country continues. Opal Ridge, though, Luke Pepper's looking for his first Group 1 as a trainer. Ruthless Dame, she's already won one, winning the Sangster Stakes in Adelaide a few weeks ago for the Mara and Eustace team. And then, well, Foxy Frida, she can't stop winning.
She can't. She's so tough, isn't she? She doesn't know how to run a bad race, and it's going to be really interesting to see how they all line up when it comes to that final Group 1 in just a couple of hours' time.
So the battle for Group 1 trainer heats up because there are two contenders who have two runners in the Tatt's Tiara today, and Chris Waller and also the Mara and Eustace team. So Chris Waller sits on 12. James Cummings doesn't have a runner today in the Tatt's Tiara, but amazing that these three training groups have all been over the 10 mark.
It's so good for the industry, isn't it, to have that competition right to the last Group 1 of the season. And potentially, they both have a really nice chance of taking out to a Group 1. Awesome to see that competition between the stables. And I love how it's, as I said, come down to the wire. It really makes it a fascinating competition.
Really looking forward to seeing this galloper go around really shortly up here at Eagle Farm in Luntsies for Chris Lees. He has been down at Caulfield today. A bit of a battle.
Queensland for today.
Of course, she rides Ex-a-Leader in the Tatt's Tiara today. Well, Royal Randwick was definitely the favourite track of Desert War, who we sadly lost this week, a two-time Epsom winner. He won 6 Group 1s overall for Gay Waterhouse, and she put it perfectly this week. A warrior, a warhorse, defying his competitors, fighting it out. He was one of Australia's best. He was a great horse for the Gooree Park. And, he will be remembered very fondly by Gay Waterhouse and all of her team. Speaking of Gay Waterhouse, Em, she's got a key runner.